Oh, hello there.
Hello. Hello.
Oh my God.
Can I tell you, right before I came home today, I went down to the grocery
Take it.
I went down to the grocery store and I said, "Give me one of your finest cucumbers and give me one of your finest zucchinis." Because tonight on Covered Dish, we're going from zooks to cukes.
Yes. Girl, I have mini cucumbers in the fridge. God damn it. Anyways, welcome to
Sometimes
the
we do
dish.
prepare.
An actor prepares.
Respect for acting. Uta Hagen.
Cheers to Uta Hagen and you.
Cheers. Oh,
And if you don't know who Uta Hagen is, shame on you. And how did you get here?
crack a book. You know what I mean? It won't kill ya.
Oh, happy deep dish, girl.
Oh my god, I love Thursday nights because we get a chance to talk about things that we can't talk about when the kids are still up. So now that the kids have gone to bed, which, quick reminder, this is an adult show, so please don't watch it with your children.
When the children are asleep. What is that from? Carousel. Yeah, such a terrifying song. Anyways, we are pro kids going to bed, so you can dish with us. Join us every Tuesday at 7 and special Thursdays at a deep dish at 9.
Yeah.
Where we dish on all things queer and sexy. This week's topic is
Greengrocers.
cucumbers.
Oh,
What?
I said greengrocers. What did you say?
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Yes.
Girl, I have to ask you a personal question.
I wish you would.
This is the this is the sex toy episode. But I do have to ask you about the sizes you chose.
I'm so glad you asked, Brooke. I wanted to get two things that would really demonstrate graduated sizes because, listen, now let's dive right into it, Brooke. Some people think that you can just go right into this, you know?
Right. You need to, like, gradual.
Just, yeah, unannounced.
You know.
Maybe a Sharpie, maybe a broad tip pen. Maybe. Yeah.
Because the width will get you.
Oh, it is. Yes, it is. It is all about.
Oh, by the way, I'm an injured old, and this is a heating pad, so very sensual.
No, this is absolutely on topic. This is about what you need to do to prepare, or else you might need to get invested in a good heating pad. And you know what? You should anyway.
You know what? I'll be really honest with you. Lesbians, we wear our dicks on our sleeves. So
Thank you.
Literally, my hand is my penis, and you got to take care of everything. You know, you got to take care of it.
You heard it here first. Brooke Cardis's hand is her penis, and it is very important to take care of. Very important. So you can't just go to this, right? You have to, there's a lot of preparation, there's a lot of exercise that you got to do. You have to dilate. So you got to start with something that you can actually handle. And this might not even be it. This might be too large. So
yeah, I feel like I need do you have a baby carrot?
Not with me, but you know what? That's a great idea.
Well, no, it's not because you'll lose it. But here's the thing about what Eileen is doing right now. Do it again. Shake this in my face. Yes, like that. You're reminding me of a priest when they shake the holy water over you at Easter.
Oh, no.
And it has taken me back so viscerally to this very specific childhood moment.
Catholics.
And they like shook it over you in this weird basket. Oh my God. Girl.
And you said, why don't you take me out to dinner first?
You're like a sexy nun in the past life, maybe. Maybe you were.
I'm a sexy nun with a cold shoulder.
Talk to me about this outfit. Give me a twirl.
Oh, I mean, if you insist. So I got it.
Oh no!
I got it. I got it wrong before so this is a nice outfit for the seaside, maybe on a boat. And I got it wrong. On the pre-dish conversation. I called this a ruffle, but this is actually a flounce. Because there's no gather up at the top scene.
Wow.
I know.
I'm surprised you didn't just end the show. Girl.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I really like it. I think it's really fabulous.
Thank you. So it's a wide leg jumpsuit, and I put a little belt on it to cinch it in because it is a little bit wide in the middle. But it's a nice like palazzo jumpsuit, and it's very summery. Easy
I love a
breezy.
palazzo jumpsuit. It's actually my dream to get one, and I've never found one that works for me. But you look breathtaking, very summery, very Martha's Vineyard, very daytime wine tasting,
Yeah.
very hold the shrimp cocktail. I'll take kung pao chicken rolls. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Very
God,
nice.
yes. Very. I'll have kung pao chicken rolls. And do you have any more prosecco? I'm all out.
Someone drank all the
And
prosecco.
it was me.
I love it. I'm in a Golden May crop top from like a traffic jam in 2008.
Yeah, you
You're
are.
welcome.
Oh, girl, I love a plunge. And are those transparent straps?
You know what? They're not, but
Oh,
they
they're
should
like
be.
tiny little spaghetti straps. I love
But
it.
they're also like you could play the banjo on these things. Like
Oh yeah.
they're, you know what I mean? You know
Barely
what's fun?
there. Barely there.
Wearing plastic. You know what I mean? Like we're just like, I'm gonna wear motherfucking this is plastic. I'm wearing plastic.
Speaking of wearing plastic, let's talk about wearable sex toys.
Oh, let's talk about wearable sex toys.
Am I right? Now, this is a realm that I do not have much expertise in, but thankfully we have our resident expert.
Well, okay, so define wearable.
Well, you know, things that,
Well,
you know, I would call them implements that you attach to your body.
so here's the thing, it's complicated in like women loving women spaces, right? And I say that to just be like, okay, I don't even know how to say it, but like I don't like the word lesbian, but it's in queer spaces, I guess, because obviously it's just I'm starting again.
They're expansive.
There's so much going on. Yes. But the thing is like before in the 90s, like Stone Butch Blues, Leslie Feinberg era. And if you don't know Stone Butch Blues, again, how did you get here? Like
Cooking
back in the
101
day,
is across the hall.
right. There was like a lot of ways like we signaled in like lesbian and queer spaces, like what we were into with our fashion and everything and blah, blah, blah. And I think we just fit into gender norms. It was like,
Yeah.
you were butch and you had a wallet chain, you strapped on, and that's it. And you didn't have a choice. And there wasn't really options. And I think like now there's just incredible joy in, I don't know, just
Well, and then
being able to figure that out and not have something about your presentation dictate what you want in bed. The
Yes.
challenge with that is, of course, you have to have like so many more preparatory conversations.
absolutely.
Because and make it sexy and make it fashion, but you know what I mean? Like
Ooh, maybe
back
I'm
in
into
Leslie
butt
Feinberg
stuff. I don't
days.
know.
Yeah, like back in, you just wore some wide-legged jeans and a wallet chain and we all knew you were down to fuck. It was just different.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, I think don't necessarily associate like queer fashion with what it was, which was really just like a series of signals.
Yeah, part of the queer ethos used to be about being in the underground and having these covert signals to each other in the in-group that were like, oh, like the hanky code, I'm wearing this color hanky and that means I'm into water sports or I don't know, girl, all manner of thing. And now the kids these days are breaking all the rules in a great way because being queer is now celebratory and expansive and it's out in the light of day, right? Like we have drag queen story hour, we have kids coming to Pride, and this is all these are all fantastic like evolutions of queerness becoming mainstream. But then along with that, you said it perfectly, which is like, well, now we have to have more conversations beforehand because we can't just assume, and frankly, we shouldn't assume what people are into just because they're wearing like flannel,
Coming out when I came out, which is probably like the real, I think about it and it's not a lot of people's coming out story anymore because there's, you know what I mean? But I would say it was just it was a moment where like, I didn't meet women, butch women and trans men, which were the type of people I dated, that had any connection to their body in a way that was healthy, and sex toys really helped them connect. And I think people underestimate it as a conduit, and frankly, I think heterosexual men especially do. Because like they could use them, but it's like, well, I don't know, I'm a beauty. It's like, holy shit, here we go, heterosexual cis men, obviously. But what I discovered with sex toys and with implements and with whatever you can use to it's an extension. Right? And it's an extension of your whatever, your hand, your crotch, your whatever, your mouth. Like there's just these beautiful opportunities to express yourself with silicone that you just didn't have when you were born, or you haven't bought yet.
Yeah.
People buy body parts all the time. Cis people buy body parts all the time. We buy new lips. We buy new breasts.
On the dark web, they're buying feet. They're buying
just feet, mostly feet.
Just severed body parts.
Why don't we consider breast implants on a cis woman an extension of self? Do you know what I mean? It's all an extension of self, and I think like that's where my like early late teens, early 20s queer experience really. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? It just really expanded what it meant versus like, oh, it's like a fun date night thing, and oh, we gotta spice things up, which we're gonna talk about Sexapalooza later. You're not getting out of Sexapalooza.
Oh my god, yeah, I was trying, but I know we're gonna drag that one out of the darkness and into the light. Dark memories. .com. But girl, I think that's actually something that links the experience of a lot of trans people and cis men, which is this this blocking out of certain parts of the body to experience pleasure. Like a lot of straight cis guys, their butthole is like the DMZ. You know what I mean? Like nothing is coming in or out. Like I've even heard stories online of like, oh, you know, these guys like they don't wipe good because they think it's gay, and it's like, what? You know? So like I've said it before, I'll say it again on this channel. Take yourself on a date and be ready for some radical exploration, because stuff needs to go in order for you to like have some realizations, you know?
Yeah.
That like
all
the parts of your body are meant to be explored and touched, and like pleasure is pleasure.
But don't do that baby carrot thing I said, because you'll lose it. You need a string on it or something. Just heads up on that.
You need to know how it's gonna find its way back out.
That's what I'm saying. This isn't Armageddon. You know what I mean? You need a way out.
Thunderdome.
So the girl, I love this. Yeah, no, the preparation and the exploration is key in the communication beforehand. But I feel like there's this, I don't know, with especially in like queer, like in the spaces I've been with like lesbian and trans and queer spaces, I haven't been as many like strong cis gay male spaces. But there's an incredible stigma.
I have. No.
Was there a stigma?
I'm like, hi, boys.
There's like, oh my god, you're just Chi-Chi from Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah. Oh, I got a million. I got as many.
Truck and I'm like, get in, girl, let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, I got as many lovers as lights on Broadway. When one goes out, I just screw another one back in. Hello, goodbye.
Hello, goodbye. You know, but I think like, in lesbian, in like especially old school lesbians are like, well, I don't use any toys, they're just be bad. And they just, you know what I mean? I don't know why they turned into like the bad guy in Men in Black. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it really is a thing. And I don't know if that exists in cis male culture as much, or like, it's just not a word I'm in.
Well, you know, I think it's either like toys or no toys, you know? Like, people have either opened the Pringles can and they're like, let's keep going. You know what I mean? Like, they're really, once you try one thing, it's kind of like, oh, let's try all the other things, right? Sometimes you just got to get yourself to the store and get one thing, and then suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I could get anything I wanted. You know what I mean? Or it's like,
oh my God,
never tried a toy, never thought about a toy, never needed one, never wanted one, you know?
I remember I used to tell this joke about like going to the Garden, which is the sex toy shop in Columbus, and telling like partners, like new partners, be like, oh, maybe we'll try this one, even though I wanted like the really big one, but working my way up. I remember, you know what I mean? You can't start there.
Yeah.
You can't start with the one with the fist at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
the All-American Special, which is literally like this wide, you know?
But you're like, oh, maybe we'll try. I don't know. It's just so,
It's like, that's a centerpiece. That's not a sex toy. That's like going on that's a centerpiece.
That is, that's on a charcuterie. That's not a fucking sex toy.
Ornamental.
So, you know, you work your way up, and I remember I told that in front of a woman. It was our first date, and like, she didn't call me back.
Oh my God.
It's fine. She's engaged now. It's fine. But, who isn't? Girl. So, but no,
you're saying you don't want to go too far in with someone who might not be experienced at all and then scare them off. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I'm saying that's what I did by telling jokes about it on stage.
Oh, well, you know, I think.
But I do think it does draw a line in the sand.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to just rip the Band-Aid off and tell them like, hey, I'm into You know what I mean? Like, get it in there. Like, I have a hole, and I need it to be filled with things. You know what I mean? Just tell them.
There is a stigma in, like, the queer community. I do think, like, if you are into penetration, being like, okay, well, you have to be in this type of penetration exclusively. You know what I mean?
Penetration with toys exclusively?
Or not.
Oh, okay. Well,
traditionalists, the Scalias of the queer community, if you will.
Do we have to?
No.
Oh, well.
So how do you bring it up?
Oh, well, I'm a pretty free spirit these days, so, like, toys is just like talking about whether or not you like hibachi. I don't know. You know, it's like, oh, do you like sushi? Do you like sex toys? Like, I don't know. It used to be more of an issue back when I was, like, new on the scene. But now I don't really think about it too much.
Dewy ingenue?
Yes, a vulnerable dewy ingenue. New in the scene, lost in the woods. But now it's like, it doesn't, I don't really think about it too much.
So what are your, like, purchasing requirements? What are your do's and don'ts?
All right, here are the oohs and ounts of purchasing. So when I go to the store, and frequently I do a lot of shopping online because, girl, the marketing around the sex industry generally, we'll get back to Sexapalooza in a second. The industry is all about, like, oh, you know, let's be bad. You know, like, let's be bad. Sex is dirty and, like, secret. And I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that from the sex shop. I want confidence. I want professional credibility. And I want, like, hey, let's have fun and, like, be open and honest about it. Because, so let's start with that part. So if I'm going to, like, you know, the Lion's Den or, like, well, I'm not going to the Lion's Den, but that already sets me up for failure because it's like I'm looking for things and seeing people on the packaging that I don't identify with. And I'm like, I feel a little lost because the imagery is not, I'm not picking up what they're putting down. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there are places that you can go. Like, my friend in college always really loved Babeland, which was more focused on female pleasure. And they were also had people on the sales floor that knew about the sex toys and knew about tell me about it. It was kind of like a Sephora experience. Like, what are you looking to do with your face? What are you looking to do with your puss? Like, let me take you over to the stuff that's going to do that for you, you know? So I like that in my experience. So let's just say the marketing, you might not think about this, but the marketing and the messaging, are both really important.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Because those places also have the best materials.
Oh, yeah, and girl, you have to check the material safety on your sex toys. You do.
This is a hill we will die on.
Yes.
This is absolutely a hill we will die on.
This is a pro tip. If you're going to get cheap sex toys, and I'm looking at you, everyone who's watching this show. I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to say that. But if you're going to get cheap sex toys, like, go you. I love a girl on a budget. Person on a budget. But you have to, if you're going to get a cheap sex toy, you have to make sure that you wrap it. You got to wrap it. Because some of these materials will break down inside your body.
Yes.
So make sure you look up material safety of your sex toys online.
And everybody's different. So, like, you know, it's always good to wrap it, especially if it's not, and it doesn't agree with you. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody's pH is different. Everybody's internal insides are different. So, like, don't make, you know what I mean? If it was like, oh no, it was fine for me. It's like, that's fucking fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if it bugs me, let's talk about it. I agree with you. I used Beyblade in college too. It was great. But, you know, I think, like, it's finding that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Finding that one. Oh my God. I remember when I started listening to Savage Love and he, like, loved Adam and Eve. And I bought, you know?
And Adam and Eve is sponsoring, like, everybody on YouTube. It's like, go to adamandeve.com/me for 20% off.
But I hate the name.
Yeah. Right? Like, there's everything to hate about that name.
And you know what I mean? It's like that big capital trigger energy. I just can't get past it. I'm just like, new.
Right? It's like, great.
Oh my God.
So we're going to, like, I'm thinking about, like, biblical fucking. And that's not fun for me. Maybe that's like...
They didn't even have sex. Adam just got mad at Eve.
Yeah.
It's real downer.
And if that's your kink, go off, right? But like, I do not want to think about the fact that the Bible is like, oh, there's only 2 genders in the Garden of Eden. Great, love that for me.
And 1 apple.
And 1 apple. Between
I remember when my sister was in college, I went to visit her, and she went to school in Philly, and she took me to South Street, and there was this amazing sex shop, and it recently closed, and I was like super upset about it.
What was it?
But I don't remember the name of it, but it was iconic. And the reason, one of the many reasons, it was huge, but it was like very unapologetic. And on the way in on the sidewalk, there was like marble sperm embedded in the sidewalk, like giant sperm swimming in.
Oh my God.
And like, so like a block away, you started finding little like giant sperm.
Oh my God, that is foul.
I loved it.
I know, I kind of love it too, but it's disgusting.
But when you're like, but they're like beautiful marble, like inlaid into the sidewalk.
Oh wow, that's so
So
funny.
you just, and then they all swim in, and I have this like very distinct like baby not understanding who I am queer memory at like 16 or 15 going to visit my sister and being like, is this college? You know what I mean? Like just being like blown away and going in, and like I hold an incredible soft spot in my heart for Philly. I love it. I ride for that city. And those are the, like, that is one of those iconic moments. And the first time I actually, growing up, saw sex in a way that wasn't so, it just felt more familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a dirtiness, right? Because there's always, let's go into the sex shop, right? At that age, you don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember being drawn, like, just to the otherness of it,
Mm-hmm.
to the like transgressiveness of it.
Yeah. Remember being shocked by sex? This is one of those things, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because when you get older, like, I remember that feeling of like, oh, they're not supposed to be doing that. And now it's like, oh, you know, snore, you know what I mean? Like,
That's pride.
when you realize that, yeah, that's pride. You realize it's really not that big of a deal.
Right. Right.
Do you remember Sex with Sue? Do you ever watch Sex with Sue?
Was it like the church lady that was on late at night?
Well, it wasn't a church lady, but she was like a sex expert, and she would go on and talk. She would answer questions from the audience. It was a TV show.
Oh, no, that was Dana Carvey on SNL. Yes, I do remember Sex with Sue.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah, she would answer questions, and she was like, well, maybe you're not touching the penis in the proper way. You know, it was so wonderful. I loved her. Because, I mean, it was just straight up entertaining, but also I was like, she's giving you the facts, she's giving you the figures, and she's giving you the research.
Right. And we love to see it.
Yeah. Safety first.
Girl, Sexapalooza.
Oh my God, let's get into it.
So living close to Miami.
Let's get into it.
There are always conventions. Like all the porn stars come down, all the like whatever. And like go team porn stars.
Yeah.
But I always feel bad for them because they're always like standing in a convention center for 12 hours, taking photos of people at like 8 a.m. and trying to be like that's exhausting. We know that's exhausting. Like
sounds like DragCon.
Performers. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I remember Sexapalooza came to Columbus, and this was years ago. We were living together. You and I. Who else is we?
You and
Penny. And Penny.
We.
And penis. And one of our friends went through a really bad breakup. And I was like, I have free tickets to Sexapalooza because we performed in the most tragic way. Come with us. You performed, right? I emceed.
Oh, several years of
Yes.
Sexapalooza.
So
Yes.
I was the worst MC. I like introduced a guy from like the real world, I think. I don't even fucking remember. Anyways.
Really?
I think it's like real world road rules or something. Let's not give him that much credit. It was one of those hybrids. Anyways, so we brought her there to cheer her up, and girl, it did the complete opposite. It was terrifyingly sad.
Oh no, I don't remember that part of it. I remember wandering through the weird, like, so we're in an arena, like a stadium. We're in a stadium where the Ohio State Fair has the like pony shows.
The Quarter Horse Congress.
They put the
dildo conference in the same spot.
With the little organ, like, you know, the ponies are going around, they're like, da 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 da. Like, I love it.
Yeah, this isn't like dressage. This isn't like the fancy ass ponies. Yeah, no, not that. I also can't do that.
Which is also what I did at Sexapalooza. No.
Yes. Oh my God,
So-
someone out there has a dressage fetish and they are ready for you. So
Yeah, so they turn off all the lights and they put up like all of the black pipe and drape everywhere. So they're like using the most wide open
but
space.
the black pipe and drape is only 6 feet high.
No, it's higher than that. It's like
8 feet.
10 feet.
Okay, but the ceilings are like
hundreds of feet high. Like
right. So that's my point. It's like being in an indoor football stadium where they're like
simulating darkness when in fact it is actually a stadium. So we're in there, and then there's a weirdly well lit section with large printouts of like it's the sex museum, and there's nothing other than large poster printouts of like random. I don't even know who wrote this stuff, but it was like, this is the first time someone used a strap-on, and then it's got like sort of a description next to it. So I guess if you get like tired of the sexy trade show, then you can go look at the sex museum. I don't know. I remember that
like
part.
Middle-aged Midwest like straight cis couples trying to like find their spark again with like cherry flavored butt plugs. It was and like edible underwear. It was terrifying.
Oh God, edible underwear.
Okay, you know what? Say what you want, and you can comment if you want. But another hill we will die on is edible underwear is trash.
Not it. It's rotted and gutted and horrible. So, girl, I did multiple years of Sexapalooza because I was, burlesque. Burlesque is sexy. But I do remember very confused looks because, burlesque is not like, it's not really about the audience, about us, right? Like, let's be honest, it's about us. It's about the storytelling.
So is comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, frankly, the attention is for us. So it's about the costume journey. It's about the storytelling. It's about the character arc. And they're like, this is way too complicated. Like, we didn't sign up for this, you know?
We want tits! And they just scream it.
We want the titties. So, but it was very fun.
Girl, I remember, so I introduced like you and a couple other dancers, burlesque dancers. And then I introduced a full-on stripper, and then I introduced like a guy from the real world. It was so confusing. It was like a very confusing day. It did not cheer anyone up.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was like, anything flavored, I struggle with.
Well, I mean, let's talk about flavor. Flavor should ideally be good, and what you're getting from flavored lube or flavored toys is a mixture of the umami of sex parts, which another hill I'll die on. There's nothing wrong with that flavor, but what you don't want to mix it with is the flavor of plastic and the flavor of like fruit flavored candy.
Of Robitussin.
It's just terrible. So
it's just Robitussin.
When you get cherry flavored lube, what you're getting is like the I hate it. I don't even know what to say. It's like cherry heads and plastic and then whatever you've put it on. When it's like, if you have a problem with whatever you've put it on, then just, I don't know, some tastes develop over time. It's an acquired taste. So let's acquire it. Let's work on acquiring it.
I also like want to make new merch that just says the umami of sex parts.
The umami of sex parts. You know what? You can have it. Just take it.
Because like the last time I saw the word umami in writing, it was a New York Times cooking recipe about like mushroom pasta. Is this thing on? Click, click, click. I would also like to point out things can be sexy no matter what condition your partner is in.
Sometimes you're out of commission. All right. Sometimes you're out of commission. That's where toys can help.
Oh, girl. Oh, my God. I have like a crazy, embarrassing Toy Story. I don't know if you do. Oh, my God. Toy Story.
Toy Story. That's what we should have called
Why didn't we call that episode Toy Story?
I know.
Oh,
you got a friend in me. Wait. You got a friend in me.
Oh my God, you need googly eyes. I'll send you some googly.
Please send me some googly eyes because she's nude. She's just fully nude.
Do you got a friend in me? That's also my Penny voice. Anyways, Okay.
Okay, sex,
So
story.
I was in my early 20s. I just want to like point out I was in my early 20s, and I was in a terrible relationship with a much older woman who should have known better. Famous last words. This is where I'm like campsite rule always, right?
Leave them better than you found them.
She surely didn't. Anyway,
No.
so one of the things I did in the house was clean her house because I was like living there and there's a whole dynamic and whatever,
Yeah.
but not like sexy clean. I was just like, oh, I'll clean the house.
Not like, oh no, there's dust on the molding, you know.
But pretty much she worked like way more hours than me. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not paying rent. So this is the thing I can do.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows me and has lived with me, and many of my roommates are not only my co-hosts on this show, but also sometimes tune in, you know, like I'm not up for like a lot of cleaning, but I'll do it.
Cast, crew, and audience.
Cast, crew, and cut and post.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about the kitchen, and frankly, that's it. Like, I don't know why. I'm like a medieval servant. I'm like, the kitchen has to be clean so nobody gets sick. That's literally it. So, I was cleaning the bedroom and I found this Tupperware, like kind of like this like bin.
How large? How large is the Tupperware?
No, like for one pair of shoes.
Okay.
You know when you have like those people who travel with their shoes in Tupperwares because they're normal?
No, but let's skip over that for now.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So like kind of like this, like, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, shoebox sized?
Yeah, shoebox sized. And I opened it up and it has like, when I say even in my early 20s, I was like, these sex toys are for like, you won these at, what were those terrible parties? Pure Romance?
Oh, yeah, Pure Romance toys.
Like those like plastic white Zinfandel white lady parties where they're like, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, let's look at dildos in my living room. That kind of party. Yeah.
Like a Ponzi scheme Mary Kay.
Now this newfangled thing is called a rabbit. You know, it's like, oh, we've never heard of that.
Oh my God, Nikki Winkleman has the best joke about that. She calls it a Tupperware party, but for inside you. Best tag ever. Shouts to Nikki Winkleman. She just got back from San Antonio and she has some dates in Columbus this month. So if you're out and about, check her out. But the best line. So anyways, I opened it up and literally, even at that age, I'm like, these are sex toys for like 16-year-olds. Like they're not ahead on the scheme of things, right?
Beginners.
Plastic and pink and shiny. And I'm just like, Jesus.
Yeah.
So my partner gets home and I'm like, what are those? And she's like, oh my God, you were supposed to find those. Those were with me and my ex. And I'm like, why did you keep them?
Why did you keep them?
Red flag.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, get rid of them.
Right. So then we're like getting busy. And they're like, oh, I'm going to go into the bin.
No.
And I'm like, what bin? We don't have a bin.
Yeah. Is there another bin?
It's just a bin for every woman who she's killed.
Oh my God.
Like, Jessica, Lisa, Possibly Brooke. So I am young and I'm like, oh, maybe, like, I don't know, we'll see, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna use like any of the toys, but I'll use the lube. And it was like cherry flavored lube or something, blah, 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 or some.
Oh God.
Oh, no. It was massage oil. It was tingling massage oil. That's what it was. Cherry tingling massage oil.
Oh God, no.
And I'm like, I remember the moment because I go, I don't think that's meant for internal use. Mm-hmm. And she said, it's not internal. It's just on your clit. And I'm like, you don't know the definition of internal use. That's a fucking membrane. Bitch.
Yes, that is a mucous membrane.
She squirts it on me. And it starts immediately burning.
Oh my God.
Immediately. So I run out of the bedroom into the tub.
Scream, tears.
She has a 130-pound Great Dane. I have left that part out.
Oh,
and
that's a big part to leave out.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's a lesbian, so we just do this.
Sure, we just
get in the tub, spread eagle. I grab the shower thing, it's like removable, and I'm spraying myself. And the Great Dane thinks it's bath time and gets in the fucking tub. And I'm like, get the fucking dog! Like, it's burning! I don't know what to do. And Don is in the tub, and he's like, it's bath time. What's up, lady? And he's huge. He's huge.
Splish splash in a bath, yeah.
Yeah. And this is his time, and he likes to lick the shower, like, you know, so he's trying to go for the water, but I'm using the water, and I'm like, get the fucking dog, and he's 2 paws in, and he's bigger than me. Oh.
Please tell me that was the last time that you saw this person, that this did not go on for longer.
And in famous Brooke fashion, we dated for another 6 months.
Oh my god. Oh my god, girl. I can't. How does this keep happening? How does this keep happening?
Bro, because you know what I love more than second chances?
16th chances?
30th chances.
30th chances. Well, listen, we made the mistake so you don't have to, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about cleaning procedures, okay? One of my most embarrassing stories is when, like,
cleaning your clitoris or cleaning just in general? Oh,
sex toys. Yeah.
Excellent. Back on track.
One of my most embarrassing stories is when someone came over, like a contractor came over to do work in the house, and I had washed a certain implement of mine that I had used earlier that week, and I left it because I was too busy doing things like getting up and getting ready for work and then driving to work.
Because you are a career woman
living on my own in the city.
Doing what you have to do.
Picture.
I'm a working girl.
Working girl. I'm a girl who's working.
Again, if you don't watch Bob's Burgers, how did you get here? Keep going.
This is also like the best prop. Like, it's just the gift that keeps on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Sex toys. So I washed it. I put it in the sink. I let it dry in the sink because the sink is the place. Like, I'm not using it, right? I'm going to work. So I leave it in the sink to dry. Don't remember that the person is coming over. And then when I get home, I'm like, oh, the thing was still in the sink. And I was mortified because I was like, they're going to think I left it out on purpose. It's just not. It's just put them away.
Yeah, I always feel bad for people who, like, come into your house. You don't want them to think you're trying to, like, do some shit.
Yeah. And I don't want that. I don't want that for our professional rapport. You know what I mean?
I will tell you, though, for strap-ons, I always... Oh, get your cucumber out. I'm going to need a prop. Okay. So, after sex, demonstrate for the crowd how you would put a strap-on on the nightstand. like that. Right.
Just down. Just put it down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they have
I thought that was a trick question. I was terrified.
No.
Okay.
But they have a base, and I love putting them straight up.
Oh, just like this. Just like down like that. Okay.
Like on the base.
Oh, I support that. I support that decision.
You are the only one. No one has ever supported that.
That's kind of sexy. It's kind of sexy. It's like
I think it's kind of fun, right?
I'm ready for round 2, you know?
Right, just vigilant.
Yeah. At least I didn't have someone coming in working on my shower and I had one of those dildos with the suction cups that you just stick on the wall.
I just don't think those work.
They work long enough for you to, like, you know, have a few good, but that's part of, like, it's the precariousness. You got to keep fixing it, you know?
In this economy? I don't even like shower sex. It just feels dangerous.
You have to have a non-porous tile, you know? So something that's a tile and not a natural stone. And you have to have a large enough tile. So you have to, what I'm saying is if you do a bathroom remodel, you have to work this into the plan, okay? You need to have a non-porous tile that a suction cup will really, like, get in there and stick to.
Right, and then, like, you have to kind of position it around the, like, how big is the tile? It's a lot.
I go to the tile shop and I have a very large tote bag, and they know. And they know. They know I'm walking around to every display, and I'm just like, just all day.
Checking it. You gotta check it.
And it echoes. There's so much tile in that store that it just echoes, and everyone's embarrassed.
Oh my God, girl. I love this. I feel like, I mean, I have way more embarrassing stories about sex toys. I feel like everything Having someone come in and fix your sink is fucking nothing.
Yeah, and I don't want them to think that I'm like, oh no, my sink is broken. You know what I mean? Like I really didn't mean to like make it sexy because I don't want to be objectified at my job, and I surely don't want to objectify them doing their job. You know?
Was that when we lived together?
No. This was before.
There was a time before?
The before times, yes.
I don't want to talk about it. It was a dark time.
It was a dark time. It was grad school.
All right. Trivia question.
Oh, I love. Hit me with it.
You are at more like word problem. You are at Sexapalooza.
If 2 dildos leave the station at 3:05 p.m. Okay, I'm at Sexapalooza.
You're at Sexapalooza.
Yeah.
You're on a first date.
A first date at Sexapalooza?
And he loves it.
Oh, God.
No, wait.
Okay.
You really feel something for this person. You have to buy something and use it that night. What do you buy? Edible
underwear.
Tell me more about why you would choose that dark path.
Okay. So it's a first date, and I'm getting a gag gift because I am.
Yeah, but you have to use it that night.
I know we are going to use it. We're going to take it out. We're going to maybe I've never had edible. Let's find out what it tastes like. And then you just
bring my backup water because I'm so mad about it.
I found a loophole. You just taste it and you're just like, oh my God, what a novelty. What a hilarious set of circumstances we found ourselves in. Oh, the mirth. You know what I mean? You just, listen, first of all, there's so many things wrong with this scenario. I'm not taking anybody's Sexapalooza on a date, period, let alone a first date.
But that's the joy of the scenario.
Okay, all right.
Wait, is it the edible underwear made out of the candy necklace material?
Yes.
Or is it the edible underwear made out of the fruit roll-up material?
Oh, God, no.
Viewers must know.
No, oh, God. I am not even for a gag am I getting the fruit roll-up underwear. That is disgusting and foul and horrible. I hope whoever invented that edible underwear is dead now.
Oh my God, like the Labradoodle.
Yeah.
You know the guy who invented the Labradoodle backed out and said he invented a Franken dog?
Can you invent a breed of dog?
Mm-hmm. And he did.
Okay.
Because it's hypoallergenic and it looks like a teddy bear, but it's a fucking monster. We have one living across from us that I almost almost had to call someone.
I think a lot of dog breeds that are the result of a lot of, crossbreeding and just it's not good. It's not good.
But what about Penny?
Well, I mean, I love Penny, but it's not good. I mean, look at all the
oh my gosh, I can't hear you.
It's not good. Look at all the issues she has. You know what I mean?
She has no issues.
Okay.
She's got a clean bill of health, except she has a slightly crusty booster.
Oh, okay. You're right. I'm sorry. She has no issues. I love her.
She is an angel on this earth.
I love her.
And frankly, how dare you?
Yeah. I just, but pugs, let's talk about pugs. They can't breathe.
Yeah, fucking change the topic now.
And I love
change
pugs.
Change the topic, D-Dish.
All right.
We are
fighting. Sex toys. We're all fine. We're doing fine. Oh my God. Okay. We've covered so much ground. We talked about material safety. I feel like we got real 60 minutes. Find out which sex toys are slowly killing you. Find out more at 9:00 with 2 lesbians on the internet.
Can I tell you? My hair is fucked up. Can I tell you one of the things that is a real deal breaker is what you clean your sex toys with.
Oh, yes. What do you clean your sex toys with? Murphy's oil soap. I'm kidding.
Comet cleanser.
Comet. Oh God, could you imagine? Oh.
Okay, my mom growing up used Comet cleanser and fucking everything. There's no way I have any brain cells left. That shit is terrifying.
We use Comet in the bathroom, in the shower, in the bathtub.
Insane.
Oh, it is, but there is nothing like the feeling of a Comet clean shower.
Oh my God, what are they, our sponsor? Honestly, that would be hilarious.
Scrub the grout with a toothbrush, you know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. No, there's nothing worse than
Then
than
what?
interacting with a sex toy and tasting the orange Palmolive.
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, how much are you rinsing it?
no. I'm just saying to other, no, not like, you know what I mean? But I've had that happen where like
Oh.
people use dish soap.
Yeah.
It's gentle and it's like really good. And if you have silicone where it's not like, right, that's something that doesn't absorb chemicals, that's really great. But still with that, you have to rinse a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh my God, this tastes like an orange. What are those orange popsicles?
Orange dreamsicle?
Dreamsicles, yeah, but like plastic.
It does, and I'm so glad that you said that you use dish soap, because I was so terrified of saying that I use dish soap and you were gonna laugh at me and be like, who uses dish soap? Because these are the things we don't talk about, Brooke. We need to.
Why don't we talk, of all people, honestly,
I know.
of all the people watching, they're probably like, they talk about this all the time. And it's so funny because we didn't, and we lived together for years.
Yeah, we don't talk about this. We had our own little stash, our own little shoebox of toys, and we don't talk about these things because it's a very private thing, even with your partner. And I don't use toys a lot with other people. I tend to just, like, I have them for me, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's why it's like, you know, I think it is good to talk about it. I do love the memes where like there's sex toys in a like dump somewhere and there's just like a dick sticking out of a giant pile of trash.
Yeah. Aw.
Which I love.
Kind of sad.
But those are trash, you know what I mean? Like you need to take care of your toys because you take care of yourself. And I think that's the thing about like the dish soap. Dish soap was the first thing they're like, oh, use something gentle.
Yeah.
And the sex toy cleansers,
baby shampoo,
soaps they buy or they sell are trash, I think.
Yeah. Baby shampoo, tear-free, non-toxic.
But don't use like Blue Dawn. I don't need to think about like a duck in an oil spill. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't turn me on.
But who cares what you use to clean it? You know what I mean? Like just
yeah,
rinse
but you
it.
can taste it if it's in your mouth.
Rinse it off, Mary. Oh.
Girl. It is 10 to 10. We have done it.
Yeah.
We have done the deep dish. I'm about to make myself a mustache out of my own hair. Do you have any closing thoughts on...
Listen, take it from me, okay? I know we have to tread a very delicate line on this show because we have to be real and vulnerable and honest, but we also have to leave we have to leave something to the imagination, okay? So, what I'm here to tell you, dear viewers, is that if you don't think that you could handle a set of anal beads, I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can, and it's a great thing to do to yourself.
That seems like a really intense closing thought that I can't follow. But I love talking.
I love talking to you. Girl.
You're my favorite.
You're my favorite, and I wish that we would, you know what the great thing about years and years of friendship is that we're like a beautiful onion. We're like a bloomin' onion, and we just like a crispy.
And we're just at Outback Steakhouse, girl, for life.
Our friendship is like a bloomin' onion at Outback Steakhouse because it's delicious, and you can keep peeling back these additional layers of things that we thought we would have talked about it by now, but we haven't, and I love that for us.
And they're always crispy.
Oh, and they're always crispy.
Delicious layers. Except when you shit talk Penny, I haven't forgotten that. I will say, we're still fighting. I will say, I love a made up feud, and
yeah,
my closing thoughts are: we never want to yuck anybody's yum. You do you. Stay clean.
Oh, please, healthy. Hygiene is paramount.
Stay loved.
Oh.
Stay wet.
And you know what? If you're not finding people to love you right, you just go out there and love yourself. And by that I mean produce.
Dude.
Produce is actually great. Like this is partly a joke, but it's partly serious. Like produce is great. Get into it.
Well, right. I guess it's very like sealed.
It is because cell walls. because biology. You can wrap this up, stick it inside yourself, and reuse it, you know? Until you can, until it shrivels up. But
I am never having a salad at your house again.
Please do.
But the salads
because
are great.
Just know that I am not the type of person that mixes the sex food with the eating food, okay?
I respect and understand you, but I still won't trust your parsnips.
Why? What's wrong with the parsnips?
I'm just saying they're a really good shape.
A sex food?
They're a good parsnips. Don't sleep on parsnips. Both in the oven and as a sex toy. Yeah. Great. No notes. Very hearty.
Oh my God. Well,
Midwest.
Here, let me give you another piece of closing advice though, which is sex food is great, but if you break the cell wall, so like these are great because if you are a person who has a penis, okay, we're deep dishing tonight, Brooke. If you're a person who has a penis, you could cut this cucumber off and hollow it out, and it would also be another good implement for yourself, but you've broken the cell wall. So it is a one-use item. You have to throw it out, okay? Sexy foods are great until you break the cell wall and then you throw it out because it's not sanitary anymore.
You're like the sexiest science teacher I've ever met. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's somebody's kink. Get in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a science teacher. Girl, I love you.
I love you too.
Dish. I will be out of country next week. So
betrayal.
Frankly, betrayal.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm excited for a fake Instagram feud over what you said about Penny. I'm very invested.
Hey, listen, girl, I know tensions are high right now, but like, hey, let's do this again. I love this.
I love you. I miss you.
Covered dish. I miss you too. Come up and see me sometime.
We'll be back in person in September.
Yeah, we will.
So please, please, please keep an eye on the dish. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on YouTube. Follow us on our Facebook page. Like us in general. We
just like us.
Pretty actually obvious about it.
Yeah. Say hi if you see us on the street. Just say hello.
Quick show plug. If you are in the South Florida area, I'm headlining at Villain Theater tomorrow night in Miami. So please come through.
Yes.
Anything to plug, girl?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So next Saturday on the 12th. I don't know what day it is, but it's on the 12th. The closing of the erotic showcase, the Gabinetto Segreto, is happening at the Vanderelli Room. And I'm going to be sitting in a little house and reading gay porn to strangers. So if that sort of thing interests you, stop on by. Story hour.
Who doesn't it interest? Frankly, how dare you? Again, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you're tuning in later, please comment and like us, and have a lovely night.
Bye, everyone. See you next time. Mwah. Oh.